And to show well, your next comedian, he actually bicycled all the way from Fairfield to entertain you here tonight. So thank you, Alexander. Yeah.
This is your time, not mine. Isn't he good? I love it. My zipper's a little funny too. Get that little skinny thing in that hole. That's cool. Yeah, right. Can I get a beautiful woman to come up here and hold the mic for me? Everybody wants to help. Okay, you stand. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm ready to go home.
How many comedians does it take?
I didn't feel well today, and then I thought, all my fans in San Francisco, my fans, raise your hand. Will be so disappointed, and so I typed out all my surefire material, and then I kept getting more ideas and writing more stuff, and it got to be where I just said, I'm going to be like everybody else, I'm going to read it off the table. Everybody else has all their material on the table. I put mine on cards, just like debate in high school. Anyway, I'm kind of discouraged. Did you notice comedians think they have to come in here and say, I am not gay? I am not gay. And then they tell a gay joke. Well, I think if you tell a gay joke, it ought to be one that gay people will think is funny. Otherwise, it's offensive. So if you say, I am not gay, I think I will help you with that not. I know sailors, in fact, seamen, who know how to untie knots. And so what you do is you want to untie that knot. So you go from I am not gay, and then you spin around and say, I'm not gay 10 times, and flap your arms, sprinkle yourself with fairy dust, and then you fly off to Never Never Land saying, I am gay, I am gay. It's kind of funny being an old, bald guy here with all of these handsome young guys and women with their flat stomachs and their hair and their beautiful, handsome, chiseled faces. It's kind of like, I'm doing comedy and they're an escort service. I went to the, what fair was that?
Castro Street Fair.
Castro Street Fair. And I learned something. It's in comedy and in fairs. Timing is everything. You have to take your drugs by little doses here and that, and they'll peak just before you do your set, and you'll be up here saying, like I'm doing now, right? Right. Anyway, I have new jokes tonight, and I know, see, you have not heard my old jokes, so you don't know how special it is. Oakland is ahead, I'm in trouble. That's a new joke? Did it work? Do I keep it? Okay. How many beautiful young women are there out there? Raise your hand. Beautiful young women, raise your hand. I'm not going to embarrass you. Stand up so we can see how beautiful you are. Okay. See the beautiful young women? Well, I am an old geezer. I'm a grandfather, and so I can give you some advice. I want to tell you that after sex, drugs, and rock and roll, before sex, drugs, and rock and roll, I used to look just like you. Cautionary word there. When you're an old guy, you don't know that much about the internet, so the ad came on. I thought it was for my daughter. It said, we'll make your sexual organ bigger. So I sent them the $9.99 a month. And they sent me the stuff, and I took the stuff, and sure enough, my prostate was that big. That works with an older crowd. How many of you know you have a prostate? Young guys, they do dick humor. They do balls fever, right? But they don't do prostate fever. When you go to see the doctor, and he's going to check on how your prostate is, then they can make your jokes. A little squeeze, a little, and then tell me, how are things going at home? Is your daughter still in California? And, you know, I don't know really what to say. And then they say, cancer-free. And I say, what? He checks my bladder because I had a little polyp. Does anybody know what a polyp is? Polyp is a baby cancer. Yeah. Woo, have you had a polyp? It's really scary. I don't know what that means. But I'm up here from all these people and I got to keep it going. So if you'd like to add another word. Okay, thank you. But I had a polyp and he kept saying, well, it's an area of concern. It's a polyp. It's something, you know. And so they went in and they had nurses with you know, masks on, and they had an anesthesiologist coming saying, I'm your anesthesiologist, I'll see you after the outbreak. The procedure. What? That's the deal you had? Oh, and they said, it's not in a hospital, so you don't worry, right? And then afterwards, they say, well, the word came down from the lab, and yes, it was cancer. But they don't say the C word beforehand. If I brought the whole thing down by saying cancer, it was funny. I don't have cancer, it was great. But now they have to check, and he has this machine. He goes in through the urethra. You know what the urethra is? It's the eye of the snake. Ooh! And of course, being who I am, he had to have a really long one. And it shoots out water. This is new too. Isn't it great? It's good. It shoots out water, little spikes of water like a sort of an aggressive rotor-rooter. And they pushed it in, and he got it in part way, and he said, now this may be a little uncomfortable from here on. Oh, you mean it just hurt like hell before? All right. So he gets it in there and he's talking to me and he said, and he's like a fashion photographer, you know, he's looking through the little thing. He's like, that looks good, that looks good. Raise your leg just a little. Oh, yes, that's great, that's great. Oh, you're beautiful, you're beautiful. Then when he pulls it out, then it's this again. But you know, it doesn't feel so bad by comparison to the time before. Anyway, I hope, do I have time for anything more? I should get carried away. You're such a good audience. And you are. I wouldn't lie. I'm an old geezer. I don't need to lie. No, I had a dream. They released the transcripts by this, what's it, Freedom of Information Act? When Bush went to pray to God before ordering the troops to go and fight. You hear me back there? Okay, good. Before ordering the troops to go and fight in Iraq, he went and prayed. Remember he told about this? But he never told us what God said to him. But now we have the transcript. God said to Bush, my son, the United States really is the great Satan. And what you must do is walk barefoot from Washington, D.C. to San Francisco with ashes in your hair and in sackcloth. And you must stop and pray every mile and repent that the United States has destroyed the earth through its greed and rapaciousness. And Bush said, well, if I don't do that, and God said, then there will be a great war in Iraq, and thousands of Americans will die, trillions of dollars will be wasted, hundreds of thousands of innocent people will die, trillions and trillions of dollars worth of property will be destroyed, and the whole Middle East will be stirred up into unrest. And Bush said, but will I get reelected? So guess what she chose? Maybe Bush Cokes are in bad taste, but I don't care. Any chance I get to kick a Republican.